GM, welcome to this new episode of the Solana Changelog, where we talk about all of the latest developer updates over the past weeks. So Jonas, kick us off.
Yeah, so what happened this week is the game jam ended, and there were over 230 registrations and 22 submitted games. Many of them were like completely on-chain games, and all of them had some Solana integration. So that was super exciting. Magic Block did a great job there together with Lampard DAO, and I hope there will be another one.
Yeah, it was really cool to see just even like the quality of games that were developed. I believe it was like over 5 days, and I'm just thinking if people had like longer time, I can just only imagine like what kind of stuff that they'll be able to do. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Compared to other game jams, it's actually quite long. 5 days. Many of them are only like over a weekend or something. But since it's just still super hard to build stuff like a complete game on Solana, there was a bit more time.
Nice.
But I think the tooling improved a lot, by the way, during the game jam. Like there's now Flutter SDK, there is a Godot engine, there is a Rust engine that you compiled in the browser. The Unity SDK improved a lot. The Unreal SDK was updated. So even if it was only for the new tooling, it was already a success. But also so many great games. It's amazing.
That's so cool. So I guess we'll kind of like see more games, I guess, in like the upcoming hackathons as well, thanks to all of that new developer tooling. Cool.
Another thing that helps developers onboarding, right?
Oh, the Developer Educator program. Yeah, This is so cool, and I'm really excited to see this kick off. So essentially, if you want to run a Solana workshop in your local city or in your uni, you can actually get trained by the developer relations team on how to conduct a workshop. So this is really cool, and I believe it kicks off the week beginning of August 14th. So click on the link below to sign up for that, and it's amazing. And I believe there's also you can get paid up to 250 USD for conducting a workshop in your city or university. So definitely check that out.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe I should do a workshop. And it's also led by Jacob Creech, who is extremely clever. Yeah. So yeah, make sure to sign up. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Then next year's a commit that we found, right?
Yeah. So this one is SIMD0059, which is to add receipt route to gossip. And this is actually just building up of the work of having light clients. So they came up with like the concept of having something called a transaction receipt. And again, this is just to follow on from that so that the receipt route can be stored so that so the light clients will be able to verify that a transaction has happened without necessarily having to trust the RPC providers. So this is really cool. Tons of work being done to kind of support light client on Solana. So check out this particular SIMD.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Where are these receipts saved?
I can't remember the exact details of like where exactly they're saved, but I believe if you go to SIMD 58, that's where it kind of like gives more details on the particular receipts.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, there's also lots of text here. Maybe I should read it when I really want to understand that. But I found another really cool thing. The Bubblegum program. Like you might have heard of compressed NFTs on Solana, right? And the Bubblegum program now, which is mostly used for that, has a new update and some extremely beautiful documentation, I must say. It really looks great. So definitely check this out. And I also saw a branch which had updatable compressed NFTs. Ooh. So this will, of course, like open a whole bunch of new possibilities, like especially for games when you want to update your metadata, for example.
Yep.
Before you had like to use some kind of hacks, like maybe point to an API or just mint a new one. Since it was really cheap, still possible, but updatable NFTs is, of course, even better. Here it says it even, like coming soon. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that and just look at this beautiful documentation. Great.
Yeah. I guess compressed NFTs have like literally taken the developer ecosystem by storm, and having good/better documentation for it can only be more helpful. So definitely check those out. Then over to resources of the week. The first one we have is Radiance by the Fire Dancer team. And I have to admit, this one actually goes over my head, but it was just really cool to see. So this is a Solana protocol modules written in Go. And I guess this is to kind of like aid the development of the new validator client. So it's like kind of like really cool to see like how it works and how things are coming along. So definitely check that out, especially if you are a Go developer, and see what's going on in that particular repo.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Another thing I found, for especially when you do a lot locally, there's a super local validator now, basically, that's how I call it. It's called Bankrun, and it gives you a bunch of new possibilities. For example, what I find super exciting is that you now will be able to also interact with the time in the validator. Because before, I was working with games a lot, and like I had buildings, and they have like an upgrade time. And of course, it's very difficult to test these things if you can't change the time.
Yep.
And on your local validator, it would be like roughly always the same system time as you currently have. But with this thing, you can now like also write tests which change the time, and lots of other things. So check it out.
Interesting. And I guess I kind of like really like to see innovations happening on the local development side, because it kind of like reduces the issues of having like Sol to deploy your programs on DevNet. We know that's a problem that's hopefully will continue to get addressed. Yeah, but also just like having good software development practices of testing locally before you ship to mainnet, because I know Solana developers like to test on mainnet. So the better that the local development becomes, the kind of like, the more possibilities that you have to test extensively on your local environment. So really good to see that.
Yeah, I'm also a victim of that sometimes, because there are just a bunch of programs which you don't have locally, and then the easiest is just use DevNet, and if it's not there, then you use mainnet. So, I mean, there are ways around it. Hopefully this helps with it as well a little bit.
For sure. And that brings us to the end of this episode of the Solana Changelog. Join us next week to hear again more about the upcoming developments. Just final couple plugs. We did release our bootcamp videos for the Solana Pirate series. So definitely check that out on the YouTube channel. And also don't forget to be active on the Solana Stack Exchange.
Yes, Stack Exchange, very cool, very important.
Exactly.
Go there, get some points for free. It's always fun.
Yep. So join
See you guys
us again
next week.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.